My name is Peter Bruninger, and I'm here today with Roger Hebert from Wyetech Labs. Roger joins us via video conferencing to discuss the Wyetech Labs Ruby P1 Phono Stage. The Ruby P1 Phono Stage is a dual unit power supply and amplifying unit phono stage. It is manufactured in Canada by Wyetech Labs. Roger, welcome to avshowrooms.com. How are you today?
Pretty good, thank you.
Good, good. Tell us how long has Wyetech Labs been making the phono stage and been making amplifiers and components in general?
Well, we started in just 1996, began in 1996, 17 years ago. And the phono stage has, been around for about a year now.
Well, I'm showing the viewers here the back of the phono stage, and now we're going to put it down for a moment and show the viewers the power supply. Now I have the front of the phono stage loosened for us to gain access to the dip switches. Okay, the power supply. The power supply weighs less than 20 pounds. You can see the size of it here. It's fairly compact. You can see the rear of it. It has an on-off. It has an IEC in, and it has an umbilical to run to the amplification unit. It's in a matte gray finish with a gorgeous red colored faceplate. It's quite striking when you have it in your room on your component rack, which we'll show in just a moment. And the back of the amplification unit, you can see it has ABU out, RCA outputs, RCA inputs, and a robust ground. Now you can see it's compact in design and it'll fit on any rack. Now we're going to simply take show you a little bit about how it functions. This is the most versatile phono stage on the market today. It has user adjustable dip switches to set gain, impedance, and capacitance for any phono cartridge. And you simply take the front cover off, 2 screws, you hold the bottom of the unit and you slide the cover out like this. Off it comes. And now here's the heart of the Wyetech Ruby P1. That's a 2-channel phono amplifier. It has very accurate RIAA equalization. Roger, tell me, how long did it take you to design the unit?
We had prototypes running for several years, and I don't like to come out with anything but a finished product. So this is it. The product is totally complete, finished, and there won't be any revisions to it.
The power supply connects to the phono module with the umbilical cord that I have in my hand. How many connectors are there, Roger? There appear to be 6. Is that?
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay. And this is DC voltage coming into the phono supply?
That's correct. It's four separate DC voltages.
And what's the DC voltage coming in?
We got 26 volts plus and 26 volts minus for each channel.
Excellent. How long is this cord? It looks to be about 2 meters long. Is that correct?
About 7 feet.
It's 7 feet long. So the user can place the module close to the turntable and the power supply close to their power inlet and for their power cords. Okay, we place the Phono module on the equipment rack that's very close to the turntable. The turntable has a 1 meter cord coming out of the tone arm. The power supply is below it. It's near the power cord, and we'll connect them up with the umbilical cord that has Nutrix connectors. Now these have clicks, viewers, that lock into place in the module and then lock into place below in the power supply. And that's all there is to setting it up. Now Roger, I'm an obsessive audiophile and a long-time equipment reviewer, and I always feel compelled to put my equipment on some type of riser or point. Now these are still points. Do you have experience with putting equipment on points? Do you endorse it or do you not? Or what's your belief with your equipment and the feet underneath it?
Yeah, I do believe in still points and devices like them. I have them on my amplifier stands. I haven't tried them out in Phono stages or any of the other preamps that I have. But customers are free to do an experiment, and some people can hear things and some people can't. You know, like the differences might be. I would suggest it would be small.
Well, we tried them with and without, and there's just a little bit more air around the instruments with the still points in the position. And when I do put them in the position, I put them pointing upward, recommended by still points. So they point up like that. I'll put 2 in the front of the phono stage and 1 in the back, and then you kind of balance it because of the weight of the cords pulling on the back, which makes for it's a very tidy looking setup. Roger, you have the reputation of making not only beautiful sounding components, but beautiful looking components as well. Your industry standard, it's that soft purple finish, is beautiful on a number of your components, and you accent that with gold colored knobs. What made you go red for the Ruby?
Red is, well, I call it the Ruby Phono stage. I will have a Ruby preamp also and some Ruby monoblocks. Ruby is one of the most expensive precious stones, and I chose that name, special name, for my superior products. This is my all-out products with the name Ruby. It's the best I can do up to this point, and that's how the Ruby name came.
The color is viewers, and you can see it's a deep red. Is that an anodized finish? How is that the coating put on the faceplates?
Yeah, those are anodized.
Okay.
Anodized finish.
Yes, and the letters themselves, they appear to be engraved. Are they indeed engraved, or are they painted on?
No, they are engraved and ink filled. By the same people who do the panels.
Okay, and I have Roger looking over my shoulder here, so I'm a little nervous. And I'm going to get the inlet in here. And folks, please be careful with your power cords. I've said that before in other reviews. The inlets aren't designed to have the torque that some of these power cords put on the equipment. So I was careful with it. Now we're going to hook the connector up, and you're going to hear it. Ready? There it goes. The power supply is up, and we'll turn the switch on in a moment. Okay. And now we're going to connect the Phono module. And ready? Here we go, viewers. There it is. Hair click. And we'll set that into place. We'll move the still point over. Move the other still point over. And 1 in the back. And we'll plug the turntable in next. We'll start up at the top, viewers. We have the turntable wired in. We have the Phono module connected to the power supply, which is down below. And now we're going to throw the switch. And it takes how long before the lights come on, Roger?
It takes about 12 seconds for the power supply to build up the charges in the capacitive department.
And there it goes. Now we have here red, green, red, green. Do these lights signify anything within it? Do these change over time, or is this static the way it is now?
We monitor the current going to the phono module on all 4 power supplies. Each light monitors the current. If the lights go out, that means you lost the power supply, or it's not going to the phono stage.
Okay.
If you have it unplugged, none of those lights will come on.
And Roger, the phono stage is an outstanding, clear sounding unit with gobs of 3-dimensionality. I would swear that there were tubes in it because of the 3-dimensionality, but I know better because it's so quiet. What's your overall design goal of the Ruby?
The design goal was to build the best phono stage possible. That's why it's solid state, which is surface mounted devices, very small devices, very precise, and tubes cannot be done with tubes.
Okay.
The tubes are noisier. To get 80 dB of gain, it would be impossible using tubes. And for micro signals, which is what phono stages produce with cartridges, the solid state is the best way to amplify those signals.
I agree with you. I've had several tube phono stages in the system, and in addition to the groove noise, you get that tube rush. And with the solid state phono stage, it just works. The synergies are better.
Dead silence.
Dead silence. That's it. Dead silence. We have one of the most beautiful, striking, and sonically clear and 3-dimensional phono stages on the market today in front of us. And Roger, if you could sum up what makes this phono stage so superior in your design career, what would that be?
It would be everything. Everything is important. The module, the active circuits, the phono power supply is extremely important, and I have a reputation for doing outstanding power supplies. But all these have to be to come together to make a unit stand superior to others. And the Ruby is, I believe, among the top phono stages in the world. I cannot say it's the best because who knows what's the best. Nobody has heard all the phono stages. However, hearing is believing, and everybody that's heard mine has never heard anything better in the last year and a half, 2 years, which I've had mine operating. So, hearing is believing. That's the end result.
Well, viewers, I'm going to have to second that because hearing is indeed believing. And when you hear this phono stage, it's like it's not there. It amplifies the cartridge almost invisibly. It's almost a straight wire with gain, and boy does it have gain. It has 80 dB of gain. It can play any moving coil cartridge. You can set it to any loading that the cartridge demands, and then on top of it, it really is drop dead gorgeous. Well, thank you, Roger, for taking the time today to meet with the viewers to review the phono stage. We look forward to getting wonderful designs from your brilliant engineering mind, and wish you all the very, very best with the new Ruby project.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.